The ring base is nearly finished, and it feels so good to finally be saying that. By the way, look how absolutely beautiful it looks with the sunset behind. There is very, very few things which we've still got left to do on the ring base, and one of the things which we still have to do is, of course, the interior of the towers. Unfortunately, I am terrible at coming up with original ideas, so I've enlisted the help of Largo Tiara, one of the two other ring members who are still with us. So, what are we going to do for the towers?
I was thinking of adding, over in this one, a library area.
Library, okay.
Because it may look cool.
While he's working on the library room, I'm going to work on like a smelting room, because I feel like we're going to need, as a spy organization, a lot of things smelted. So obviously we're going to have one major super smelter. Worst super smelter I've ever made, but I mean, at least it works. Probably. I'm tearing this design down, however, because it had some serious flaws. That's a tiny bit better. It also looks like a throne. This means that I can access every single chest, and it all works and flows individually. What I've done here is basically just put some blocks in here to make it look a bit better, and also I've brought the wall forward, giving me space to put some other types of furnaces, which I think is what I'm going to work on now. So as you can see, I've added some detail along the outside of the walls, and added some smokers on this side, and blast furnaces on this side. And I believe, yes, look at this, we have another room here, and this is more of a treasure room, which Oscar has been making. I want to go and check out his library now. Yes, this is looking good. This is looking very good. There is, of course, still one tower over here, and I don't really know what to do with it. We've got a library, we've got a treasure room, we've got a furnace room. How about a chest room? I guess this means I get to use a bit more of the many, many, many stacks of spruce wood planks that we have. I think this should be less of a chest room and more of just a storage room, because, I mean, I'm not going to get item frames and put items in them and sort this. So I think what I'm going to do is make like a huge pile of chests from the bottom to the top. That pretty much gives the effect that I'm trying to give. I will admit it does look pretty bad on the inside, so I'm going to add some barrels and other chest items to spruce things up a bit. I can add these wherever, it doesn't really matter. They can go on there, they can go down here. In fact, I could basically build a mini version of that, but here. I'm going to try and do one with crafting tables as well. This is looking pretty good. I think it needs a carpet or something though. Red seems like the right kind of colour for this. I'm pretty happy with this as an overall look and feel for the room. I do like how it only fills up the bottom, and I think it gives it a sense of homeliness with the hollowness of just the rest of the tower. Same with the library, I really like its hollowness. Actually, same with all the rooms, although I think this one could do with a bit of touching up here and there. I must admit, it's definitely a good thing that Daisy had a lot of diamonds before she left. And it's also definitely a good thing that she left the diamonds to us. This just feels wrong in every sense of the word. Like, I should not be building with diamonds and this many diamonds. This is just over the top, you know. That right there is 64 diamond blocks. I am just in awe. I'm just in awe. But I guess this is our treasure room. I particularly like the way he's done like a bigger version of the ring insignia on the floor. Quite honestly, I'm happy with every single one of the rooms in this place. I think it's come together really, really quite nicely. So, now, I think, only thing we have to do to call this base fully finished is outside terraforming. And I must admit, we've got a lot of work to do, by the looks of things. That, however, I will be saving till the next episode, because now I'm going to head over to my base and finally continue work on that. It's been a while, but let's get started. You might recall quite a while ago, way back at the start of the series, I think it was episode 2, I had a rotten flesh grinder in Headley Village. I would go there, but I don't know if I could cope. Anyway, putting that aside, I did find a zombie spawner above my base a couple of episodes ago. So I thought, why not make a zombie grinder here? It makes sense, because if, say, I'm AFK, smelting something, or doing something else, the zombie grinder can just grind away, and I get tons upon tons of rotten flesh. It's literally going to be the exact same design And that design was flawed, but its main flaw was that it didn't work when you weren't near it. So, time to get building. I have a lot of cobblestone, and it doesn't really matter what resource we use for this part, because obviously you're not going to see it, because there's going to be a ceiling there. What I've done here is just blocked off the bottom, and what I'm going to do now is pillar up and place some slabs on the top, so that zombies don't spawn up here. I'm also going to quickly make an infinite water source in the corner. I'm surprised I don't actually have one in my base, but I mean, maybe we just haven't gotten to that stage yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have water, but it's kind of trapped behind some chests. So if I dig this wall a bit, and dig a tiny little trench, and dig a little tunnel, what should happen is a series of tunnels magically appear before your eyes. Wow, I wonder how we knew that was going to happen. And as easy as it is for some tunnels to magically appear in front of my eyes, I have gotten a tiny bit carried away. As you can see, the tunnels extend down. They'll drop the zombies down here, and there's no water here because I had to get out, but the zombies will come along down here and into this magma block kill chamber. I've got to get out though, because it will kill me. And as you can tell from the slightly annoying clicking noise, I did get a tiny bit carried away. So I built up a whole redstone signal which relies on dropper vators, as you can see here. The items are extracted from the hopper minecart, brought over to a dropper, which is then dropped into another dropper, which goes up into another hopper here, and then that goes into the chest. It works very efficiently indeed. If I throw an item in there, as you'll see, it goes into there. Very, very cool indeed. I think before activating this, I'm going to build up this wall a bit, make it a bit more secure, and then I can escape down there once I have gotten rid of the torches. So, once this last torch is destroyed... Oh goodness, we have already got mobs spawning. Yep, okay, that's zombie. It's going down. And if I quickly run... Let's have a listen. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a zombie dying. Look in the chest. Takes a while. But eventually, yes, rotten flesh. So we've got a tiny little rotten flesh hole where all of the rotten flesh is going to go in. And I'm thinking maybe, for symmetry purposes and also just it might be a nice idea, over this side we can have the same but with a different farm. Don't quite know what that farm is going to be yet. I do, however, think my nether portal should be smack bang in the middle here. I'm going to bring over my nether portal and hopefully it links. I'm fairly certain it should, but I'm still wary nonetheless because nether portals are unpredictable. What on earth? Where did that come from? See, you'd never know that the portal was there. I think I want to go big for this portal, so I'm gonna dig into the floor. I'm gonna go full guns blazing for this. Don't quite have enough obsidian, but that's okay. I can take some off the corners. There we go. So now I just gotta light it and pray that it links. If it doesn't, I'm in deep trouble. Yeah, it links, no problem. I'm going to patch up the back here of my nether portal. And I'm going to get symmetry going over this side. There we go, so that looks exactly the same as that side, minus the chest and hoppers, etc, etc. I don't know what farm I'm going to do there. I'll have to have a serious think about that. Quite honestly, I'm scratching my head thinking about a roof for this place. It has literally been at the back of my mind for so long and I have no ideas. But something I did notice was that I have a lot of sand. So, potentially what I could do is take a bunch of this sand and smelt it up. And then I could build a fish tank right above here. Like a tropical fish tank. Because I feel like that fits in with the feel of the base perfectly. It's very tropical, warm, island feel, in my opinion. So, I need to get a bunch of white concrete in order for this to work, I think. Now that I've got some gravel, I can craft up a bunch of white concrete powder. Well, that seems to have smelted pretty quickly. So, I've got to work out where we want this. I think that's the layer it needs to be. Let me just build back quickly to see. Actually, I want it one higher than that. So there's the exact middle of the room. I think I want to make it circular. That would look quite cool. So I've come up with this circular design for the glass. I think this is going to work quite well. So all I've got to do is fill this in now. So now I can start work on the white concrete. That looks pretty good in my opinion. And although it could do with some touching up, because obviously it is way too boxy right now, I think I need to focus more on the actual centerpiece, which is, of course, the fish tank. If I actually go up here, it is, well, there's actually nothing up here because I am yet to dig it out. But that is something which I'm going to do now. I think 2 blocks. I don't entirely know, though. This is going to be quite the grindy task. I think I'm going to time-lapse this, because it is quite cool just to see it all emerge. It's time. Ooh, X-ray glitch. I can see what time of the day it is. Anyway, it's time for a time-lapse. And there you go. The water part of the fish tank is in. I did a little bit more than clearing out the area up there. I also made white concrete walls along the outside and on the ceiling. So now what I've got to do is get some kind of lighting in there, and I think sea lanterns would work. I do, of course, still have that guardian farm. In specific places up here, I'm going to add some sea lanterns to make sure it's nice and bright. Guys, I have discovered a very, very strange glitch indeed. What? With that now completed and out of the way, now I'm going to move on to putting stuff inside the fish tank. This is the interesting bit. I would love to put some kind of coral in here to really make it very, very colourful. I might need a tiny bit more coral, I must admit. I've added a tiny bit more coral in here and there, and I think now I'm going to begin adding the fish in. This is a tricky one because I've got to get all the fish that I want first because there's this hole, and that's my access hole. So I'm going to make a bunch of buckets and see where we get to. So now I just got to go and get a bunch of fish. Okay, I think that's all the fish that I need now. So I'm going to head home and plump them in the tank. So I've got 10 fish in my inventory, I've got 3 at home, that's 13 fish. Bucket of tomato clown. That's not something you see every day. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go for 3 more. No, actually, I'm going to go for 2 more so then I'll have 1 bucket spare. I could put some boring fish in. Right, so all of these guys are going to come with me. I'm going to take 1 single piece of glass with me to cover up the hole. It's time to get fishing. As in putting fish in here. I'll do the pufferfish last, because they can be unpredictable sometimes, trust me. I'm going to put the pufferfish in a far corner. Bam, bam. I'm going to swim and then break that, and hopefully we have no escapists. I block that up. Okay, we're good. I don't think we had any escapists whatsoever. And we now have fish swimming up there. I'm extremely low though because of that pufferfish. Jeez. That is a really, really nice addition. They are glitching out. But now I can patch up this hole in the floor. And I think we're done for today. I really like these ones where we get stuff done base-wise. We've done both bases today, which I'm extremely happy with. I'm hoping in the next episode we can finish the ring base. Overall, I think it's turning out really, really well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, don't tell Bob Biscuit.